What if you do not actually own any of your money? You wake up early and work incredibly hard every single day. You save your cash and buy a beautiful house for your family. You slowly build up a very respectable traditional retirement portfolio. You feel completely safe because you followed all the mainstream rules. But what if every single thing you own is a total legal illusion? What if the global elite have spent decades secretly changing the actual laws? What if they legally set it up to steal absolutely everything from you? When the next massive financial crash hits, you will literally lose it all. Your bank accounts, your precious stocks, and your house will legally vanish. They will not need police to take your wealth. They will use computers. If you click away right now, you are choosing to remain a blind victim. You will completely ignore the most terrifying financial conspiracy in human history. Wake up, because the trap has already been perfectly set against you. In this video, I am exposing the ultimate global financial takeover. I will give you 3 exact frameworks to understand this terrifying legal heist. You will learn exactly how the concept of personal property was secretly destroyed. I will show you the hidden legal changes that absolutely nobody is discussing. By the end of this video, your financial worldview will completely shatter. You will clearly understand why traditional paper wealth is a massive, dangerous trap. You will stop trusting the completely corrupt global central banking system entirely, and I will give you the specific blueprint to protect your physical assets. This is not some crazy, imaginary science fiction movie plot. This is highly documented, legal financial reality hiding in plain sight. Pay very close attention because this specific knowledge is your only defense. The terrifying book we are breaking down today is The Great Taking. It was written by a brilliant former hedge fund manager named David Rogers Webb. Why? Should you listen to him instead of some random internet conspiracy theorist? Webb is an absolute insider who completely understands the high-level financial system. He ran a highly successful hedge fund that managed billions of dollars. He guided massive amounts of money perfectly safely through the brutal dot-com crash. But as he deeply studied the global financial legal structure, he panicked. He discovered that massive, quiet changes had been made to property ownership laws. He realized the entire global financial system is perfectly rigged for total confiscation. He wrote this book to violently blow the whistle on this massive global scam. He wants to wake you up before the trap completely snaps shut forever. The first major concept is the terrifying dematerialization of your personal property. Decades ago, if you owned a stock, you held a physical paper certificate. If you owned a beautiful house, you held the physical paper property deed. You actually owned those specific things directly, completely outside the banking system. But Webb exposes how the elite deliberately moved everything into centralized electronic databases. This massive shift was not just for speed or modern technological convenience. It was a highly calculated move to completely remove your direct personal control. You do not legally own the stock sitting in your brokerage account today. You are simply an unsecured creditor holding a completely digital, highly vulnerable promise. Let me give you my brutally honest take on this horrifying reality. When the entire banking system inevitably collapses under massive, unsustainable debt, the massive financial institutions will simply legally claim all of your digital assets. Your entire life savings will be used to automatically bail out the corrupt banks. You will be left with absolutely nothing but a frozen computer screen. The second major concept completely destroys your trust in the Federal Reserve. Society tells you that central banks strictly exist to protect the global economy. Mainstream belief says they naturally want to build prosperity and prevent deep crashes. But Webb argues the exact opposite is the horrifying, brutal truth. The central banking system has intentionally built an unprecedented global debt bubble. They have completely destroyed the natural velocity of money in the real economy. When real money stops moving freely, healthy human societies begin to slowly unravel. Webb claims this massive instability is absolutely not an accidental bureaucratic mistake. It is a highly coordinated, perfectly engineered plan to consolidate absolute power. When the massive everything bubble finally bursts violently, panic will completely erupt. The elites will immediately use emergency laws to legally seize all private wealth. They will claim this massive theft is deeply necessary to quickly save society. But it is really just the final step in total modern financial colonialism. They are completely, legally prepared to take absolutely everything you think you own. This brings us to the most controversial and highly terrifying idea in the book. The legal framework for this massive theft is already completely fully established globally. This is not a future plan, it is current, undeniable global commercial law. Webb extensively documents how the Uniform Commercial Code was quietly and completely rewritten if your bank or your broker suddenly goes completely bankrupt tomorrow. Your digital assets are legally considered their absolute direct property to aggressively liquidate. You do not get your valuable stocks or your hard-earned cash back first. The massive mega banks and elite derivative holders legally get paid out before you. You're at the absolute bottom of the legal priority payout list. This means the entire middle class is essentially just completely uninsured bank funding. We are literally feeding our hard work directly into a massive wealth-stealing machine. The elite have quietly legally secured their absolute right to take your life. When the massive global margin call comes, you will be legally stripped bare. So, what is my absolute honest personal review of this terrifying, controversial book? The absolute best thing about The Great Taking is the incredible primary documentation. Webb uses actual, undeniable legal codes and direct historical banking documents perfectly. He completely destroys the illusion that your money is safe in traditional banks. Is there a massive flaw or something the deeply terrified author missed? The book is incredibly dark and offers very little concrete hope or legal solutions. It paints a nearly completely unstoppable, highly depressing dystopian global financial reality. It feels like a massive warning alarm with absolutely no clear escape route. But who exactly is this heavy, completely terrifying financial book written for? If you blindly trust the current global banking system, you must read this. If you have massive wealth tied up in traditional digital brokerages, read this. This incredible book is the ultimate dark red pill for modern global finance. Now it is finally time to quickly protect yourself from this massive global heist. Here are 3 highly actionable, completely zero-cost steps you can take tomorrow morning. Step 1. Aggressively educate yourself on the exact massive difference between legal ownership and beneficial interests. Understand exactly what your current broker legally promises if they suddenly go completely bankrupt. Step 2. Start actively moving a significant portion of your wealth into hard, physical assets immediately. Buy things that you can directly physically control completely outside the banking system. Step 3. Completely unplug from the highly toxic, deeply distracting mainstream political media news cycle. Stop fighting your neighbors while the central banks quietly prepare to steal everything. You literally have the power to entirely protect your family's future right now. But you must aggressively stop playing their rigged, completely digital financial game. If you genuinely want the full breakdown of this exact wealth protection strategy, I have something. Download the completely free PDF summary of this terrifying book in the description below. If this highly controversial video completely woke you up, aggressively smash that subscribe button. You can also directly buy me a cup of coffee using the simple link below. Until next time, keep aggressively protecting your real assets and stay completely sovereign.